10 years ago, Two Dogs is a new book chronicling a local man's decade-long journey with his canine companions, and he's here. David Phillips is joining us this morning to talk about his book, Goodnight to the Peoples, 10 Years with the Dogs. Boy, that sounds fascinating, and I'm telling you what, there's one thing I know, it is some hometown living people love their dogs. So tell me about the history of this and how this came to be.
Yeah, I like to say it's an accidental book. About a little over 10 years ago, I was going through a rough patch in my life, and what I wanted to do was find a way to end every day positively. So I started writing this little post about my dogs and what we did that day, and just our little adventures. And over that span of 10 years, people had said, you should make this into a book. And I thought, oh, that just seems silly. This is just Facebook posts. And so then 4 years ago, I got married, and my wife is an English major, or actually has a BA from Harvard in English, and she started getting a little bit into publishing. And so she published a book for a friend of hers that is on, of all things, ancient coin cleaning, right? So
naturally.
Yeah, no, naturally. And so it segues easily to this, right? So then she said when she got done with that, and it came off well, and it sold, and she said, we're doing Goodnight to the Peoples. And I said, we are? So she went through hundreds of posts, curated, edited, designed the book, and did all the publishing work as well. And here it is. And so, I feel like as much as this is, these are my words and my photographs, that this is very much her book as much as it is mine. It wouldn't be here without her. So, and so all of a sudden there's a book. Just like that.
So at what point did you stop doing the daily posts?
I really haven't, to be honest. So, but this sort of 10 years, it's a nice sort of round marker, I guess.
Sure.
But there's also Lily, the hound dog that we can see behind us here. She passed away in December after 18 long years of wonderful life. So, it's always hard. It's never not hard. But it also sort of seemed like, okay, this is like a good pivot point to actually consider doing the book. My wife was thinking about it. Maria was thinking about it much more than I was. And then she was like, okay, we're doing this now. I'm like, all right, then. Here we go.
I like her. Maria's ambitious.
She is. Very much so.
So did you get a new dog?
So we still have Dixon, which is the silly looking one there behind us. That's got a little bit of pit bull in him in lab. We found a dog recently, and we took it in. We weren't able to locate the owner, so we are seeing we can make that work. So yeah, there is another dog in the house right now.
So there could be a chapter 2, a volume 2.
If my wife sees this, don't tell her. It was very hard to put it all together, but yes, there's a possibility there could be a part 2.
That's so cool. So what is the one thing, maybe a takeaway that you learned just from putting your thoughts down every day like that?
Yeah, actually, I'd say there's 2. One is in trying to make myself a little happier and my day positively. I was surprised by how much impact it made on my friends on social media. I got to the point where if I ever missed a post, which was very rare, they would reach out to me and say, hey, are the dogs okay?
That's cute.
So I was like, okay, I guess I really got to commit to this. And then the second thing I would say is I'm a writer for an entertainment website and for a boxing website. And it actually became a really good writing practice every day to come up with something that I didn't say yesterday or 2 weeks before about the day. So it was a great exercise.
And as we wrap up, I think what everybody wants to know is, are dogs truly chick magnets? Did you meet Maria through the dogs?
You know what? No. In fact, I lied to her and told her that they were really well behaved and so forth. And so she bought it, and then she moved in, and she was like, no.
What have you done? Bait and switch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
yeah.
Goodnight to the Peoples, 10 Years with Two Dogs. Books available on Amazon, and you can find David on Twitter at BrothersJulius83. Check it out. It seems delightful.